there is no Brahminical culture, no go puja or go raksha or go service and yagya, everything is degraded. Very systematical degradation of the society has happened. And that is where this aspect of spreading this Bhagavad Dharma is very important. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, dear Prabhu, Prabhupada writes in the purport, those who do not discriminate in the matter of eating, they eat anything and everything in this world. They are compared to hogs. It's one thing is, of course, it's about not eating prasadam, that which is offered to the Lord. The second thing is just eating any item that they get, unmindful of whether it's sattvic or rajasic or tamasic. That is the hoggish mentality. Prabhu. Does that satisfy, Prabhu?
Yes, since I'm noting down, so I'm just wanted. Yeah. One sharing.
Thank you, Yogalakishore. I'm not sharing anything. I'm just anything else. Anybody else would like to add?
Yeah, one sharing from my side, Prabhu. That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah. So actually, one, if we encounter a real Brahmana, it can really transform or just change our life. I'll give an example, Prabhu. Around 10 years ago, like my wife and my son, they went to hometown from Bangalore. They traveled to hometown. It was my brother's marriage. It was 1 month. So 1 month before she went. Okay. So for 1 month, then I thought, okay, I want to follow this Krishna consciousness, all these practices properly. I don't know properly. There are a few rules, regulations. So I shifted to one base where all the bachelors, they stay together. So in one flat, some 2 BHK flat, there was some almost 10 devotees were there, all bachelors. So, and I said, I want to stay. They said, okay, fine. So I stayed there. Just to cut it short, so there was one person, one boy, and he was looking for a job, and he was not having sufficient clothes, etc. Because things were very bad for him. There's no job for him. Others were working, but not him. And I saw him and I said that, Prabhu, and then he was having, I think, only 1 or 2 this kurta. And there we are only supposed to wear kurtas and dhoti. Prabhu, would you like to take one kurta, have an extra? And he said that, no, I have sufficient thing, or I don't need. So with the conviction, or with that deep conviction on the Brahminical qualities, the way he said, Prabhu, it just struck me with wonder. And even till today, I like to follow what he said, that he's just so satisfied, even just what I was saying, 1 or 2 kurtas. So that is the Brahmanas. He's not having any kind of this thing, but he's not begging, or he's not looking for, someone who should give me or something. He was just completely satisfied. So that's how like, if there an exchange with the pure Brahmana, it can simply transform your life. That's one example, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Harisham Prabhu, you have anything to add?
No, Prabhu. Nothing for today, please.
Guru Prabhu? Yes, Vivek Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, sorry, Prabhu. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu says 1 or 2 sharings and a few questions, Prabhu, if you don't mind. So here, Srila Prabhupada talks about particularly the doggish mentality, what we heard 10-15 minutes. So here he mentions that Srila Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami were ostracized from society because they were serving Nawab Hussain Shah. So how do we sort of reconcile and balance all these things? On one side, Srila Prabhupada is saying we should not be serving particularly the Shudras. In the sense, we are aspiring to become Brahmanas. That's one of the missions of Srila Prabhupada is for devotees to slowly get into the Brahminical qualities, right? And if that is achieved, then we should technically not be serving the Shudras. At least that's the meaning. So, but then, as Yugal Kishore rightly said, that the modern education or the modern trend is such that we are the default setting is that we have to get into a job and eventually serve these kind of so-called Shudra like men. So for us practicing devotees, how do we reconcile this? How do we bring about a balance of what Srila Prabhupada is saying here and what we should continue doing? So that was one, Prabhu. And another thing, question which I somehow couldn't understand properly is Srila Prabhupada told about a Brahmana doesn't accept service as well as doesn't render service. Is it? So how do we understand this, Prabhu? He says he never, he must not serve, he must serve, mustn't serve others as well as he mustn't accept service from others. So could you please correct my understanding over here, Prabhu? Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Very thoughtfully said, Prabhu. Very nice. You hit the point. Very relevant to all of us. Any devotees here who would like to respond, please? Your thoughts, please. So your second question was he doesn't accept service, render service, and the second one, and the first one, how do we do it, and how do we live? The first one was how do we live in the society uh, without serving others? Is that what you're saying, Prabhu?
Broadly, yes, bro. Broadly, how do we reconcile what Srila Prabhupada told and apply it in our lives practically? Try our best
Right,
to apply
right.
this.
Very, very nice, Prabhu. Any devotees here who would like to add, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, just one quick thought, Prabhu. Um, His Holiness Prabhupada Swami Maharaj says that there is nothing like that we have to balance in material life or spiritual life. Everything we need to connect back to Lord. So everything has to be done in the connection of Lord Shri Krishna. The concept of material life itself or the material one pocket, Maharaj would always give example, one pocket for me, one pocket for Krishna, and this. So the balance itself is something which is not present in a situation where everything has to be. So as soon as we say material things, we need to balance, and these things or education. So that means there is something which we accept, something we don't accept, is it? And the second thing, Shankar Prabhu, correct my understanding. What we do in actually today's life, Prabhupada has given this telling everything in the Krishna, but we are still acting in other things. But because we are not on that consciousness, actually what we do is a karma yoga. We are not actually engaging in bhakti yoga. And I would give reason why I say that, and I would request Shankun Prabhus to correct it. Because in bhakti yoga, karma yoga, what we do the activity, and the results of activity we offer. Whereas Bhakti Yoga is that we do the activity before itself we offer to Krishna, and the activity itself become Krishna consciousness, and the result become Krishna consciousness. So this today's education, what we are actually thinking that it will help us, but somehow or the other, we have to have some mechanism where we are trained from the childhood for Bhakti Yoga, not for the Karma Yoga. And the other day, I think when Shweta Mataji was asking, and or Shamkund Prabhu was saying that, and it will not happen something out of sky, somebody will come. We have to do ourselves. And who is that? Somebody has to take that initiation, that we have to train our next generation, or at least we have not done, but at least for the next generation, that how we do everything for Krishna consciousness, that bhakti, kevala bhakti. Otherwise, we might be engaging in all education, all those things, and no Brahmanical culture promotion, no Brahmanical culture cultivation and practice. And we just say that, okay, we do the activity, all modern activities, and the results we give to Krishna, we are far, far from Bhakti Yoga. And we are just hovering around the Karma Yoga, possibly to some extent. Sakam and Nishkam Karma Yoga itself is very far from. So, now whether I answered your question or added some more confusion, not sure. But and do we have any solid solution to that? No, but we have to come up with the solution. If not today, if we begin today, I'm sure after 100 years or 200 years, there will be some mechanism for next 2, 3 generations where they are standing activities simply dedicated for Krishna consciousness. No other activities which would actually, because this all any activities which is done out of passion, and it is only shoka and harsha, and it is only sattvic activities or brahminical activities would actually give us satisfaction. Some thoughts, Prabhu. Sorry, it took a lot of time, but whether give some answer or no, not sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. I just add something more, Vivek Prabhu here and Yugalakisha Prabhu. There are these 4 varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Krishna has categorized everybody and said that most of them fit into these 4 categories here. It's the occupational duties. Now, what Prabhupada tried to say in general, and even in this class and even in general, is not that everybody should take this Brahmanical job, which is the Brahman, like what Prabhupada is saying today is Yajan, somebody who does yajnas and who receives some result from during the performance of yajna, he gets something like food or some honorarium, etc. Patan, he teaches and he also learns. So uh, this is the nature. These are the typical things which a Brahmana is supposed to do. But everybody uh, may not fit into this category. That is why we even have administrators, right? We who come into the Kshatriya category, those who can fight and serve. Then there are those who can do trade primarily through agriculture and through protection uh, and and through animal husbandry, so to say. Then there are those who can serve others here. The movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that you can be in any of these, but as Yugalakisha Prabhu was saying, do it for Krishna. The mentality which Srila Prabhupada was criticizing when he was talking about the dogs is that I study something for the purpose of getting employed. That is to say that like a great dog. I come with a certificate and say, "Sir, I am now ready for to be employed by you." Right? In other words, there is no value for that person outside of the value being given by somebody else. This was a mindset which is particularly given after the industrial era, where everybody is learned or everybody is taught that you have to be good enough to get into a factory. We need to learn some skills to get into a factory. It could be in accounts, it could be in manufacturing, it could be in managing the people. But so you can do an MBA to manage the people. You can do an MBA in finance to do the accounts, or you can do a chartered accountant, cost accounting, whatever else to manage the accounts, or one does a diploma or some engineering work to see how this machinery works here. I mean, like to do the production, get into the production line. And these days, it is a much more sophisticated software engineering also sometimes. But this is the mentality that I do not look at what is my inner nature or what I'm good at. Instead, I only do things so that I get money, where the occupation is not the means of getting money is not aligned to what the person is good at. And consequently, the society has a lot of problem that after some time people feel, why am I doing what I'm doing? There are those who really like to say be with animals, protect the animals, or do something with the animals, and they are doing some other job. They should have been doing something like the Vaishya kind. So the goal here is not to say that everybody should be do this yajan, yajan, patan, patan, etc. And one who and the Brahmana also does he accepts charity and he gives in charity. Both of these. So these 6 qualities define a Brahmana, and uh, everybody is not meant to be a Brahmana. Be a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. Whatever it is, we had this verse very long ago, 2, 3 years ago when we started this class. Everybody he is eligible for Krishna Bhakti. That is one part of the story, Prabhu, here, one part of the answer here. Does this answer your primary thing, Vivek?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thanks.
And the verse which Sri Chaitanya quoted is Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir Navaishyo Nashudro. I am not a Vipra, I'm not a Brahmana, Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir, I'm not a Kshatriya or a ruler of a kingdom, Navaishyo, Nashudro. But Kintu Gopi, but I mean at the end it comes, I Gopi Bhartu Padakamalyo Dasa Dasanu Dasa. That's the main theme for this overall program. Kumari Kamataji would like to say something. Please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu, just to add on to what you said, how do we reconcile? Yes, we all are Shudras because we are taken up a profession, but there's no need to worry about that. The Bhagavatam also says that in that verse in the second chapter, Ata Pumbir Dvija Shreshto Varnasma Vibhagasa Swanushtitasya Dharmasya Samshiddhir Haritoshanam. So, whatever you do, the ultimate aim of Varnasma Dharma is to please Hari. So if we understand that, so whether we be Sudra or technically we are all Sudras, okay, but what does it matter? So if we can please Krishna, as Yugala Kishore Prabhu and you yourself said, elaborated, so that should be our aim. So Prabhupada is showing us the mirror that we are going to foreign countries for work and we get into sense gratification more than the foreigners. So he's showing us to wake us up and go back to our own culture. That is it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Kumari Kamataji.
Prabhu, just one point to that. So naturally, Varnasrama system was for this purpose, where one understands what is their inclinations, whether one is Brahmana, Kshudra, whatever this Varna and Asrama, but is trained to do the activity for the pleasure of Krishna. And that is where we need to bring back to this Varnasrama. And Srila Prabhupada also said that 50% of his work is not completed because not able to establish Varnasrama system. And so what I was saying that if we start now, at least in that direction, maybe down the line after maybe 1 or 2 centuries, there could be some established Varnasrama system. And there are some examples in Hungary where how they are actually showing everything can be possible with Gomatas and farm. And all we have to do is that, and they are showing, demonstrating, exemplifying that by their own things, that how they can live. No need to become a Shudra. So when they're naturally, everybody is inclined as per their inclinations, which they like, which actually they can excel into their inclinations, and they will be much more satisfied and content with the purpose of Samsiddhir Haritoshanam, as Mataji said. And without that, being, I mean, city life and all those things, it's all about the full passionate and all those things. And even just to chant one round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's become so naturally difficult. But when we live this natural life of Varna and Asrama, it becomes much simplified and easy to make chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is the which is the yuga of this Kali Yuga, chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. It's 7:09. We'll end here.
One question,
I'd like
Prabhu, we
to-
can discuss it.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Dhanwad Pranam, Prabhuji. Sorry, my voice
Please.
has gone, so I'm not speaking. Just one question. What is behind us, or what is in our consciousness? What it is, because of which all of us want to be number one? I mean, what it is that is driving us to be the number one in wherever we are. I mean, even if we are in a group of 5-6 people, we want to be number one. In 500-600, we want to be number one. But what is that which is pushing us towards that? So we can discuss it tomorrow, Prabhu. I mean,
Okay,
that's
sure.
like
Very wonderfully
really
thought out, Shweta Mataji. I mean, very nice, introspectively thought out. Thank you for bringing it for the benefit of everybody. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna.